Carhelpout.com. It's the convenience.
Today we are going to talk about how to negotiate a car price at any local dealership. What they don't want you to know. Welcome back to Carhelpout.com, your local mobile mechanic service. Near me here, it's a simple way to get an independent certified mobile mechanic service who will come or travel to you at any location at your convenience. Have you ever experienced that sinking feeling? The one that hits you the moment your feet touch the polished floor of a car dealership showroom. It's a unique blend of excitement for a new vehicle and a deep, nagging anxiety that you are about to enter a financial battlefield unarmed. You are not alone in this feeling. For countless prospective car buyers, the process is fraught with intimidation and the overwhelming sense that the odds are stacked against them. The air itself seems thick with practiced sales pitches and complex jargon designed to confuse and disorient. You see the gleaming cars under the bright lights, but you also feel the pressure mounting before a single word is even exchanged. This apprehension is entirely understandable. Dealerships have spent decades perfecting the art of the sale, turning negotiation into a carefully choreographed dance where they almost always lead. They have trained their staff to read customers, to identify weaknesses, and to guide the conversation toward their own profitable conclusions. It often feels less like a fair transaction and more like a high-stakes game where the rules are unknown to you. The friendly smiles and offers of coffee can mask a sophisticated system designed to maximize their profit on every single vehicle that rolls off the lot, leaving you to wonder if you could have and should have done better. The truth is, this environment is intentionally crafted to make you feel slightly off balance. They want you to be swept up in the emotion of the purchase, to fall in love with a specific car on the spot, and to focus on a seemingly manageable monthly payment rather than the total price you're committing to. This is the house advantage in action, much like a casino that designs its entire space to keep you playing. But what if you could walk into that same showroom not with fear, but with a quiet confidence? What if you knew the secret language of the deal, the key phrases that shift the balance of power back into your favor? That's precisely what we are here to uncover. This isn't about learning aggressive, confrontational tactics. Instead, it's about arming yourself with knowledge, strategy, and the right words to transform yourself from a passive participant into a savvy negotiator. We will pull back the curtain on the industry's most common tactics and show you how to counter them effectively. By the time we are done, you will understand how to turn their game into your advantage, ensuring you drive away not just in a new car, but with the deep satisfaction of knowing you secured a truly great deal. The journey to becoming a pro negotiator doesn't start on the dealership lot. It begins with a fundamental shift in mindset. You must stop seeing the MSRP as a fixed final number. Think of it instead as an opening suggestion, a conversation starter. The real numbers are often hidden from plain sight. The dealership's goal is to protect their profit margin, the space between what they paid and the price you agree to. The larger that gap, the more money they make. Dealers are masters of controlling the narrative. They might use phrases like, "Let me go talk to my manager," a classic stalling tactic designed to make you wait. They present the first offer with an air of finality, knowing it is never their best one. They are trained to sell cars like a casino sells dreams. It appears fair on the surface, but the system is engineered for the house to win. However, armed with the right knowledge, you can disrupt this system and beat them at their own game. Our goal is to demystify this process entirely. We will break down the essential steps before you visit a dealership. Preparation is your single greatest weapon. We will explore the critical difference between MSRP and invoice price and show you where to find this crucial information. Furthermore, we will provide you with powerful, proven phrases that signal to the salesperson you are an informed buyer who cannot be easily swayed. These aren't just tips, they are keys to unlocking thousands in potential savings. Imagine walking into your next negotiation not with anxiety, but with a clear plan and the confidence to execute it. Picture yourself steering the conversation, asking the right questions, knowing when to hold firm and when to walk away. This guide gives you that power. As we move forward, we will detail what to say, what not to say, how to dismantle the add-ons trap, and how to use the ultimate power move, your willingness to leave. Stick with us, and you'll learn the secret phrases that flip the power dynamic in your favor. If you're struggling to come up with cash for an emergency auto repair, you're not alone. That's why auto car repair loans offer a convenient way to gain quick access to the money you need when an emergency pops up. With loans up to $2,500 to $5,000. Visit carhelpout.com/repair loan to get started today. Don't forget, if you ever need to sell your house fast and as-is condition anywhere in the U.S., either to stop foreclosure, avoid county tax auction, or unwanted house, go to boracina.com/carhelpout and get a relief under house burden. Don't forget, if your local small business or good service website needs more traffic exposure from Google, Yahoo, Bing, and other search engines, go to carhelpout.com/SEO. They can help you when it comes to local SEO and online digital marketing service consulting. The single most critical phase of your car buying journey happens long before you smell the new car scent or shake a salesperson's hand. It takes place at home, in front of your computer, where you can gather intelligence without pressure. You must resist the urge to simply show up and start browsing. Walking onto a lot unprepared is like walking into an exam without studying. You are setting yourself up for a difficult and likely expensive experience. The foundation of a successful negotiation is built upon thorough research. This is your first non-negotiable step. True power in this process comes not from aggressive haggling, but from the quiet confidence that a deep understanding of the numbers provides you with. Your primary mission is to uncover the true cost of the vehicle you intend to buy. This means looking beyond the prominent manufacturer's suggested retail price, or MSRP, that is plastered on the window sticker and every advertisement. The MSRP is a figure designed for the dealership's benefit, incorporating a healthy profit margin. Instead, your focus should be on finding the invoice price. This is the price the dealership paid the manufacturer for the car. While there can be other factory-to-dealer incentives that lower their cost even further, the invoice price is the closest you can get to their baseline cost and serves as a much more realistic starting point for your negotiation. So, where do you find this crucial piece of data? Fortunately, the Internet has made this information more accessible than ever before. Reputable websites like Edmunds, Kelley Blue Book, and TrueCar are invaluable resources. They provide detailed pricing reports that not only show you the invoice price, but also what other people in your local area are actually paying for the exact same make and model. This market value, or fair purchase price, is another powerful tool, as it gives you a realistic target for your final negotiated price. You should spend a few hours exploring these sites, comparing trims, and getting a complete picture of the car's financial landscape. Gathering this information does more than just give you a set of numbers. It fundamentally changes your position from that of a mere customer to an informed consumer. When you know the invoice price, you know where the dealership's profit begins. When you know the average transaction price in your area, you know what constitutes a fair deal versus an inflated one. This knowledge is your shield against common sales tactics that rely on a buyer's ignorance. Before you even think about grabbing your keys to head to the dealership, make sure you have printed out or saved all of this research. It is your ammunition. Once you have completed your research, the next step is to translate that knowledge into a concrete action plan. Knowing the invoice price is one thing. Using it effectively is another. This is where you transform data into leverage. The goal isn't to walk in and demand the invoice price, as dealerships are businesses and need to make some profit to operate. However, using the invoice price as your negotiation's starting point rather than the MSRP completely reframes the conversation. It signals to the salesperson immediately that you have done your homework and will not be easily swayed by a price anchored to the sticker. Consider the story of a client I recently worked with, which perfectly illustrates this principle. She was interested in a popular new SUV with an MSRP of just over $42,000. Before visiting any dealerships, she spent an evening online, found the invoice price was approximately $38,500, and discovered that the average selling price in her city was around $39,500. She printed out the detailed pricing report from Edmunds, highlighting the invoice price clearly. She walked into the first dealership, sat down with the salesperson, and before he could even begin his pitch, she placed the printout on the table between them and calmly stated her position. Her exact words were powerful in their simplicity. "This is the invoice price for the exact model and trim I want. I understand you need to make a profit, but this is my starting point for our conversation. If you can't work with me from this number, I completely understand, and I'll simply move on to the next dealership on my list." There was no anger or aggression in her tone, only firm, informed confidence. The salesperson, initially taken aback, realized he was not dealing with a typical, unprepared buyer. The usual tactics of starting high and slowly coming down were rendered useless from the very beginning. The result was astonishing. The typical back-and-forth negotiation, which can often take hours and involve multiple trips to the manager's office, was cut short. The dealership knew they had a serious, well-informed buyer in front of them who was ready to purchase but was not willing to overpay. After a brief discussion, they came back with an offer that was only slightly above her starting point, ultimately saving her nearly $4,500 from the original MSRP. This wasn't magic. It was the direct result of solid preparation and the strategic deployment of one key piece of information. This is the power you wield when you set the stage correctly. Now that you are armed with research, it's time to focus on your verbal strategy. The words you choose inside the dealership are just as important as the numbers you've gathered. Your language needs to project confidence and control right from the very first interaction. One of the most effective ways to do this is to immediately establish that you're a serious but discerning buyer who's exploring multiple options. A powerful opening line is, "I am planning to buy a car today, and I am comparing offers from 3 different dealerships. I would appreciate it if you could provide me with your best possible offer in writing." This simple statement honestly achieves several crucial objectives at once and sets a professional business-like tone. This phrase signals that you're not just browsing, you're on a mission with a deadline. It introduces an element of competition, making it clear that this dealership isn't your only choice. The request for the offer in writing is a critical component of this strategy. A verbal quote can be easily changed, denied, or, misremembered later in the process. But a written offer is a concrete document. It prevents ambiguity and makes it much harder for the dealership to add unexpected fees or alter the terms down the line. This approach really forces them to be more transparent and competitive from the outset, knowing their numbers are going to be directly compared against their rivals. Another incredibly effective phrase to have in your arsenal relates to financing. Dealerships often make a significant portion of their profit through their finance and insurance or F&I, office. You should always secure a pre-approval for a car loan from your own bank or credit union before you even start shopping. This gives you a baseline interest rate to beat. So, when the topic of financing comes up, you can say, I am already pre-approved for a loan with my credit union, but I will give you one opportunity to beat their rate. This puts you in a position of power, turning their potential profit center into a competitive arena where you stand to benefit. This statement demonstrates that you're financially prepared and have already done your due diligence. It takes the pressure off you and places it squarely on the dealership's finance manager. They know they have to offer you a genuinely better deal on the financing, not just an acceptable one, to earn your business. It also separates the negotiation of the car's price from the negotiation of the loan terms, which is, honestly, essential. By controlling the conversation around financing, you prevent them from hiding a higher car price within a confusing set of monthly payment options, keeping the entire transaction clean and clear. Never say, I absolutely love this car. It gives away all your leverage. Salespeople listen for emotional cues. They know you'll pay more if you're attached. Stay neutral. Focus on the deal, not your feelings. Don't discuss monthly payments. That's a trap. They'll manipulate the numbers to fit your budget, but you'll pay more overall. Only negotiate the total out-the-door price, including all fees. If they push monthly payments, redirect. Let's focus on the total price. Keep your language businesslike and your emotions in check. This is a transaction, not a romance. When the negotiation drifts, use this line. I'm here to buy today, but only if the numbers make sense for me, not just if they make money for you. This shows you're serious, but not desperate. It puts your needs first and signals you know their game. You're not naive or easily manipulated. Delivered calmly, it forces the salesperson to get real. They'll realize you expect a fair, transparent deal. You're in control of the process. The F&I office is where dealerships make big profits on extras. You'll be offered warranties, protection packages, and more, usually at inflated prices. They'll try to roll these into your monthly payment to hide the true cost. Stay alert. This is another negotiation, not just paperwork. Don't let fatigue cloud your judgment. Question every add-on and know you can say no. The F&I manager's job is to upsell. Your job is to protect your wallet. Don't let your guard down at the finish line. The best defense in the F&I office is a polite, firm refusal. Start with, thank you, but I'm only signing for the car at the agreed price. No extras. If they claim something can't be removed, say, then its cost should be removed from my price. Ask for written breakdowns and compare with third-party options. This exposes inflated prices and stops the hard sell. Repeat, no thank you as needed. No explanation required. You've already won the deal. Don't let extras ruin it. Stay firm, stay polite, and pay only for what you want. You're in the driver's seat. Your strongest move is being ready to walk away. This isn't a bluff. Be prepared to leave if the deal isn't right. Walking away shifts all the power to you. It shows you value your time and have other options. Use a clear line. Thanks for your time, but we're too far apart. I'm happy to walk and keep shopping. Be polite, but final. The ball is now in their court. Real alternatives make your walkaway power real. After you walk, expect a callback, often with a better offer. This is proof your strategy worked. Stay calm and don't sound eager. Evaluate their new offer against your research. If it meets your target, accept. If not, counter once more. Remember, today only pressure is a bluff. Walking away forces them to negotiate on your terms. The callback is your win. Confirmation you beat them at their own game. That's how you get the deal you deserve. Even after you have navigated the price negotiation, the F&I office, and the power of walking away, dealerships have a few more tricks up their sleeves. These are often buried in the fine print of the final sales contract, designed to claw back profit you thought you had already saved. One of the most common is the excessive doc fee, or documentation fee. While a small, reasonable fee for processing paperwork is standard, some dealers will inflate this charge to an exorbitant amount, sometimes well over $500 or even $1,000. This is nothing more than a hidden profit center disguised as an administrative cost. You must be vigilant when reviewing the final buyer's order. Scan every single line item carefully before you sign anything. If you see a doc fee that seems unusually high, you have every right to question it and challenge it. Some states have legal caps on these fees, so a quick search on your phone can tell you if the charge is legitimate. If it is not capped, you should treat it as part of the negotiation. A powerful response is, "This documentation fee is much higher than I expected. I need you to either reduce it to a more reasonable amount or lower the price of the car to offset it." Another sneaky trick to watch out for is the market adjustment or additional dealer markup sticker. This is a purely arbitrary price increase added by the dealership, especially on popular or hard-to-find models. They will claim it is due to high demand and limited supply, but it is simply a way to charge more than the MSRP. Never accept this at face value. You should always challenge this markup directly. State clearly, "I am not willing to pay an additional market adjustment fee. I am here to negotiate a price at or below the MSRP, not above it." This shows you understand it is a dealer-added fee, not a manufacturer requirement. Finally, a truly deceptive tactic involves burying discounts or inflating prices within the financing terms. A dealer might offer you a fantastic low price on the car, but then present you with financing that has a higher than market interest rate. Over the life of the loan, the extra interest you pay will more than make up for the discount they gave you. This is why you must always demand a full written breakdown of the deal. Ask to see the car price, all fees, the interest rate, the loan term, and the total cost of financing as separate items. This transparency prevents them from hiding costs in the complexity of the loan. One of the oldest and most pervasive tricks in the dealer's playbook is the creation of false urgency. This tactic is designed to rush you into making a decision before you have had adequate time to think it through or compare other offers. You will hear phrases like, "This price is only good for today," or "Another customer is coming to look at this exact car in an hour." They want to trigger your fear of missing out, making you feel that if you do not commit right now, this incredible opportunity will vanish forever. This is almost always a manufactured pressure tactic, not a reflection of reality. You must recognize this for what it is, a psychological game. A good deal today will almost certainly be a good deal tomorrow. Dealerships have monthly and quarterly sales targets, and they are always motivated to sell a car. The idea that a specific price will evaporate at midnight is simply not true. The best way to counter this is to remain calm and steadfast in your process. A great response is, "I understand. If this deal is truly not available tomorrow, then I'm prepared to miss out on it. I don't make major financial decisions under this kind of pressure." This response immediately deflates their tactic and puts you back in control. This false urgency is often tied to a specific sale or event the dealership is promoting. They will claim that special rebates or incentives expire at the end of the day. While some manufacturer rebates do have expiration dates, they typically end on the last day of the month, not at the close of business on a random Tuesday. If a salesperson insists a rebate is expiring, ask them to show you the official manufacturer documentation that specifies the exact end date. This call for proof will often expose the bluff, as they are unlikely to have any such document for a today-only deal. Remember, your greatest asset is time. A dealership that is rushing you is a dealership that is afraid of you taking the time to think, research, or shop around. They know that a well-rested and thoughtful buyer is a more difficult negotiator. By refusing to be rushed, you are asserting your power. Never, ever let a salesperson's manufactured timeline dictate your purchasing process. A confident buyer operates on their own schedule. If they say the offer is only for today, smile and let them know you're willing to take that chance. More often than not, the same expired offer will be waiting for you when you call back tomorrow. The journey from a nervous car shopper to a masterful negotiator is not about learning to be aggressive or confrontational. It is about a fundamental shift in knowledge and perspective. The anxiety that so many feel when walking into a dealership stems from a sense of powerlessness, from entering a complex game without knowing the rules. But now you possess the playbook. You understand that the MSRP is merely a suggestion, and the true starting point lies with the invoice price. You know that the F&I office is not for paperwork, but for profit, and you are prepared to politely but firmly decline the high-margin extras they will inevitably push your way. This transformation is profound. You are no longer just a customer hoping for a fair price. You are a strategic, informed buyer who directs the entire process. You have learned the specific phrases that signal control, such as asking for the out-the-door price and demanding offers in writing. More importantly, you have unlearned the habits that signal vulnerability, like revealing your emotional attachment to a car or focusing on the monthly payment. The dealership environment, once an intimidating gauntlet, now becomes a predictable landscape where you can anticipate every move and have a counter move ready. This is the essence of true negotiating power. The secret tricks of the trade have been exposed. You can now spot an inflated dock fee from a mile away and challenge an arbitrary market adjustment without hesitation. The pressure tactic of a today-only deal no longer creates anxiety, but instead serves as a red flag, reinforcing your decision to slow down and take control of the timeline. You understand that your greatest strength is not in your ability to argue, but in your quiet, unwavering willingness to stand up and walk away. That single action communicates more power than 1,000 words ever could, often bringing the deal you want directly to you via a follow-up phone call. Ultimately, the power dynamic has been completely flipped. The dealership is no longer in a position to dictate terms to you. Instead, you are presenting them with an opportunity. The opportunity to make a fair, reasonable profit by selling a car to a serious, well-prepared buyer. You have the tools, the knowledge, and the confidence to ensure the final deal makes sense for your financial well-being, not just for their monthly sales quota. You are not just buying a car, you are executing a well-planned financial transaction where you are firmly in command from start to finish, ensuring you save thousands in the process. You are now equipped with an arsenal of insider knowledge that most car buyers simply do not possess. The path to saving thousands of dollars and eliminating the stress of car buying is clear. However, knowledge alone is not enough. You must have the courage to apply it. The final step is to take this information and put it into action. Your next car purchase does not have to be a source of anxiety. It can and should be an empowering experience where you feel proud of the outcome. See this not as a confrontation, but as a business transaction where you are the most important stakeholder. Your money, your deal, your rules. So as you prepare to step into that showroom, take a deep breath and remember the core principles. Do your homework first. Know your numbers, the invoice price, the market value, and your pre-approved financing rate. Walk in with a plan, ready to use the powerful phrases we have discussed. Control the conversation by focusing only on the out-the-door price. Be prepared for the F&I office push and have your polite but firm no, thank you ready. Most importantly, be fully prepared to use your ultimate weapon, your ability to walk away. These are not just tips. They are the keys to your success. Do not let anyone intimidate you or rush you into a decision. A car is one of the biggest purchases you will make, and you have every right to ensure the deal is right for you. The salesperson across the desk is just doing their job, but you are there to do yours, to be a prudent and responsible advocate for your own finances. Use the strategies outlined here to level the playing field, dismantle their carefully constructed sales process, and build a deal that serves your best interests. The satisfaction of driving off the lot knowing you secured a fantastic price is a feeling you will not soon forget. Now, go forward with confidence. You have the tools to negotiate like a pro and to turn what was once a dreaded chore into a resounding victory. The power to control the deal has been in your hands all along. You just needed the map to unlock it. Take these strategies, make them your own, and approach your next car purchase with the certainty that you can and will get a great deal. Drive off that lot not just with a new car, but with the undeniable satisfaction of knowing you were in complete control every step of the way. Carhelpout.com is the best way to get a mobile mechanic auto car repair service shop on wheels to come to you. Whether you're stuck at home or on the side of the road, our mobile mechanics are ready to assist you. We bring the repair shop to your location to save you time and hassle. We also provide emergency vehicle roadside assistance, such as car battery jump start, flat tire road service, running out of gas service if your vehicle stops or has a problem on the side of the road or any business parking lot. We understand that car troubles can be stressful, so we aim to provide quick and efficient solutions to get you back on the road as soon as possible. Additionally, we offer pre-purchase used car buying inspection checkup services review. Whether you're buying from local dealership or private car owner seller, either from Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, automotive auction, or anywhere else, we can help you with PPI inspection. We can come to you at any location, whether it's your home driveway, your office parking lot, or even if you're stranded on the roadside.
Carhelpout.com. It's the convenience.